Be a leading consumer.
No.
So how they customers?
How to managers.
No. Huh?
Develop the managers.
Yes. She anyway attended the previous lecture. So no. So G's head job concept is to develop good managers. That's what they are deeply passionate about. That's what they want to be the best in the world at. That's what that drives the economic growth. The top 100% of G's management brings all the revenue. So their goal is to actually just develop good managers. That's it. That's all. Rest all will follow. Are you getting the concept? So there are a lot of companies like that which are like, good. They have a very single most head job. So in this line, Jim Collins had written a book called Good to Great. So what do you mean by good to great? He has targeted all the good companies that have become great over a period of time. There are companies, right? There are companies for 50 years, there are companies for 10 years, there are companies for 15 years. But he has targeted about 10 to 20 companies that have actually moved from being a good company to a great company. Because they were able to apply a single most defining concept for their organization. What is the defining concept? What do you want to do? Right? Similarly, what he says is you can extrapolate this for you as an individual. For you to extrapolate you as an individual, I see, a lot of people today coming up. Like for example, there is a singer who came down from the US, right? Nikhil, or what's his name? Krish, right? Krish, thanks. So Krish, for example, he had a software job. As he was pretty well off. He was doing, standard good work in London and was doing pretty well. He left everything and he came back. He started singing, playback singing, and he's fine today. Right? So the idea is you need to find out what is your passion, and you need to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and you need to understand what is it that is going to drive your economic engine. For Krish, he was very clear. He knew what is it that is going to sustain him. It is not the London per diem that is going to make him exempt. He knew exactly what is it that is going to sustain him on a monthly basis, and he calculated that, and he was happy. He was able to pursue his other passion. He is today reasonably successful. Right? So the idea of the head job concept is to ensure that you go back and keep on thinking what is the single most defining thing that you need to do in your job. It's a very thought-provoking concept, and it's not that you should get the idea today. What Jim Collins says is, start thinking in this direction. You might hit the idea someday, and at that time don't waste time. Just move on. But the first step is to start thinking about it. Right? So I just wanted to state this because there will be a lot of us who will be skeptics to figure out, what is this? This is like, I can't figure it out. You get what I mean? So you need to keep thinking. You need to invest time and energy to nurture it and to move on. Okay? So clear about head job concept?
Regarding the passionate, generally we have, every individual have some passionate thing. Probably it may not be what they are doing, but when they want to really do it, they are actually fear. One thing because of the financial thing or because of the side effects of a failure, which is going away from the normal trend. Is there any way, suggestion or something, where we can take up our own passions? A way to take up.
I think I answered that in the first slide. If you focus on the fundamentals, if you are able to have a very good, self-esteem about yourself, I think there is no fear. See, failure or success is extremely relative to, what you think about yourself. Your ability to see yourself in a failure or your success, and your ability to be in control is the fundamental part. So you can pretty much pursue your passion if you are like confident about the failure, it's okay. Everybody fails. It's not that nobody is perfect, right? I believe in it. If I fail today in whatever I do, I'm fine. I move on. Okay, it's a failure. I admit it's a failure. It's not that everybody is born perfect. You move on from like a failure to the next success or failure. Okay, at least failure has given you an opportunity to try something new. That's how you should look at it. Failure, the problem actually not starts with you. The problem starts with you in relation to others. If it is you, you are actually fine. You are actually totally fine. Because you are well educated, you know what is right or wrong. You are like decently fine. You have a decent self-esteem about yourself. You are actually okay. But it is in relation of you with respect to others and how you compare yourself with others. That is where the fear of failure comes in. Failure by itself is not a big deal. You can actually survive. You are not able to survive it because you want, all of us want to actually give a good impression to others when we fail. That is the problem. So that needs to be corrected. If you are able to correct that, I think you can pursue pretty much anything. And actually this economic engine is like a very powerful concept. Because you just need, like I actually did that like, before I took this decision. I exactly know how much I need per month to sustain myself in a normal mode, not in a luxury mode. In a normal mode, how much do you need? You need to actually make that calculation. If you don't make that calculation, you cannot pursue what you want to pursue. You might get today, 20, 18 lakhs or 15 lakhs or 10 lakhs or whatever. You might not need all the 10 lakhs. You're doing all other paraphernalia. Actually, for your expense, you might need only 10,000 or 5,000 or even, 12,000. I don't know. One for you to sustain. You need to figure out your economic engine. What drives your economy in relation with your family commitments and like your household, issues and stuff like that. But you just need to figure out the model. Does that answer your question? Okay, so moving on from this, so we are at the end of the lecture. So this is a pyramid basically, right? So it goes from level 1 to level 5 basically. Now what it says is at level 1 you are a very highly capable individual, right? You are an individual contributor, you are doing well and like you are able to like manage your time very well. You have knowledge, skills in whatever you do and everything is fine, everything is great. You are a very good contributor, a very good individual contributor. That is level 1. Level 2 is you are a contributing team member. As in, other than individually contributing yourself, you also actually participate in the success of others. You also make sure that you contribute to others' success. You also make sure like others are able to work efficiently. You also want to make sure that like people around you are successful. That's a contributing team member, level 2. Level 3 is a competent manager. Again, forget about the term manager, right? The manager can be a lead, manager can be an architect, manager can be whatever it is. So competent like manager. What level 3 does it? You kind of like you have a goal, you organize a team for that goal and you ensure that the team achieves that goal, which is a common objective or a common goal for a particular team. That is a competent manager. Level 4, an effective leader. Right? You are able to kind of like understand what is it, what is it that the organization requires. You are able to like make sure that 80% of the team are able to achieve to that organization. Level 5, if you look at it, look at the definition. You got to have a combination of personal humility and professional will. That is a level 5 leader.